Welcome back to another episode of Marketing 100, where we're leading you through 100 ways that you can grow your salon business. I'm here again with Marchelle Mooney. You met her in a previous episode, and my good friend and colleague, Kayle. And Marchelle has a very hot topic for us today, which is about how do you get found as a hairdresser? How do you get clients to find you? But has a very special take on that. So what are we talking about today, Marchelle?
We're also anxious about what is AI, how do we use it for our business? And really, it's pretty fundamental. Like, make sure the things that you do, the words that you use about what you do are out there somewhere. And for those who are savvy and looking, ChatGPT will know how to find them. I am somebody who has a very strong opinion around what I am looking for specifically. So it's not just, oh, you specialize in California cool blonde lived in color, but I also want you to have online booking. I also want you to have parking at your facility. And I've moved to a new town. I'm in a pretty small town. And so finding what I was looking for wasn't happening. So I ended up going to ChatGPT. And I explained to ChatGPT who I am and what an ideal situation would look like for me. And I did this with my haircut. I did this with my hair colorist and with my nail technician, and was able to find 3 people that in my normal search through Google, through Instagram hashtags, through even word of mouth, I did not find.
I think a lot of us in the salon and spa world aren't really super tech savvy. ChatGPT specifically, like using it to find a stylist, I would have never thought about this. I want to hear more.
I'll start with the nail tech, because I did have a great nail tech who moved to Austin with the rest of the world. And what I wanted was her attention to detail, like meticulous when it came to like painting around the cuticles and then going back with a tiny brush and cleaning up after every layer. I wanted somebody who had 0 reviews of shape being wrong. And so I thought, what if I just prompt ChatGPT with all of these, my icks, like my ick list when it comes to you doing my nails? What will it spit out? And I asked ChatGPT to take a look at a mix of their websites, their reviews, any photos. They had to have offered gel nail services, and they had to have mentioned natural nails somewhere. They had to have offered online booking, because that's just like a personal, I will not go to your business if you are a beauty business, a salon or spa, if you do not offer online booking. It's just like a hard stop for me. And it spit out 2 that I knew and 3 that I had never even heard of. Started with the first one. I find her Instagram. I look at her nail services. Photos look good. Shape looks good. I book. I get there and I'm talking to this nail tech. Turns out she has only been in this space set up as her own individual sole proprietor, renting a space in a large salon. She's been there for 1 month. I'm sorry. That is crazy to me, to have your business come up as my number 2 search and you've only been there for 1 month. Like that is
how did ChatGPT even parse this information that quickly?
That's what I'm saying is like, you cannot ignore this thing that can distill information down to a level we have not seen before. If you are not putting the words out there, and again, this was like the unique combination of what I was looking for, but this is how particular people are now. Like you have to think about this.
We spend a lot of time looking at traffic or looking at like how people are interacting online and where they're coming from. And ChatGPT as a source is one of those that just continues to grow, right? It's just one of those platforms that more and more people are switching to as a like way of searching and finding things. But I actually went through this and tried to like dig into this. Obviously, what I did was to ask ChatGPT, like if I'm a hair salon and I want to be visible when clients are looking, what should I do? Like what should the principles be? And the principles are very much the same principles that we've been talking about for a while on this channel when it comes to SEO. So it's like, make sure you have information about what you're doing, that you have that information out on your website. Make sure you collect reviews from your clients, because when you collect reviews, you know, ChatGPT will see that you're a legitimate business, that people actually visit. And at the same time, it also mentioned like, okay, make sure your business is listed like Yelp and like these other platforms so that you actually can be indexed and found by ChatGPT when it's going to look at sources. I think it's like one of those that is a really exciting opportunity. Something is really happening here. But it's kind of like more so just like really reinforcing the stuff that we've been talking about for a while here when it comes to SEO and how that is now becoming even more important.
Now that ChatGPT is here, it's not coming, it's here. It's already here and it's getting more sophisticated every day. All of these things are being actively tracked and taken into consideration when ChatGPT is looking for businesses. It's looking at reviews. It's looking at the specific comments in those reviews. It's looking at trends in which words are being used. So never, ever, ever has it been more important to ensure that your SEO is on point, because now it's not just up to if somebody's Googling and finds the right thing. It's whether or not ChatGPT is aggregating all that information and sending to people. And it is.
To go even one step deeper, when looking for a hairstylist, decided to use photos. And I did two things. One, here is a photo of what a precision bob looks like to me. And then I even went as far as to say, this person needs to have images where the hair is not just perfectly curled in a similar spiral on every single image. Because there's this like homogenous nature to so many people's social media where it's like, you don't even know what's going on because all anyone ever does is the like spiral hair photo. So my requirement is that they had to have a mix of hair that was in its natural texture, whether that's straight, curly, in between, but not everything is just perfectly styled to look exactly the same. Like that's a requirement for me. And I know that I am a psycho, but I know there are other psychos out there with me that are searching at this level and want something, and they want to find the person who wants to talk about themselves in that way.
I have to ask, this has been successful? Like every time you enter prompts that are this specific, you're getting accurate results?
Yes. Now, nail tech, I'm already pre-booked with her for my next 2 appointments. Hair, I was pre-booked. Unfortunately, while I have found some talent, what I have also realized is there is like a lot of unprofessionalism. And I think that is something that's like a whole other topic that ultimately no marketing, no searchability can solve.
SEO is absolutely a part of the equation. It's not everything. Professionalism has to back up all your marketing efforts, or they're going to be for naught, because it costs you way more to get new clients in the door than it does to just maintain the ones you do.
Yeah.
So don't that up. Real talk.
Another thing that I had done prior to like going the ChatGPT route was joining Facebook groups in my area. So I knew that the moms would talk. So I went on every mom in my area Facebook group and I just searched for like hairdresser terms. No matter the unique situation that someone had described in their request, there were a group of hairstylists that responded to every single one. This person could be like, me and my daughter have 4C hair type, and we're looking for somebody that can really help us give a shape that we don't have to work too hard to style. And then there's somebody else that's like, I am struggling with thyroid and I have fine thinning hair and I need somebody who specializes in my hair type. And the same stylists are responding to all of these messages. And they're like, oh, this is my thing. This is what I do. And I thought that intellectual honesty has to be real when you start putting these words out there. Only speak to the things you really do well, because what I found was so often that people just want to do it because they're so desperate for filling their books, but they're not thinking about how detrimental that would be if I really did have a crap experience and wrote a review about it. I don't do that just because it's not my thing, but a lot of customers will.
Coming back to a bit what we talked about in a previous episode with you, Marchelle, on targeting and being clear about like who you're talking to, like spending your energy on really honing in on who it is that you want to have in your chair, who it is that you can really serve the best, and like spending that energy even more there, right? And making sure that that is very clearly communicated.
If I'm in the shoes of like the technician, I want to do precision haircuts on people who want to pay $100 for a haircut. I know those things about me. I know where my training was. So I need to make sure that those words are out there, whether it's on my Instagram, my website, my booking software, like wherever someone can find you. And then if I go in and I execute and I do these things well, there's only like 2 other things you need to do. You need to make it easy for someone to book with you, and you need to make it easy for someone to pay you. And if you smooth that out, you're like 90% there.
Yeah, you're way ahead of the competition in most ways if you're able to nail down just those basic elements. It makes all the difference in the world.
So that's what we had for you today. ChatGPT is certainly here. There's more AI models as well, we should say, that are here. People are using them. People are increasingly using them to find businesses just like yours. You need to tag on to this, and you need to understand what this means for your business. Are you doing this today in your business? Put a yes and no, just or no, in the chat if you're working and considering ChatGPT as a marketing vehicle in your business. We're going to leave some resources below where you can read more over at thesalonbusiness.com, including a link to an online booking tool that we love. You know which one I'm talking about. It's called Mango Mint. And if you join via the link below, you get an extra free month on us so you can try it for yourself. Thanks again, Marchelle, for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you here on the show, and we look forward to seeing you inside of an upcoming episode.